8 o'clock. I can hear Neil in the bathroom cleaning his teeth. He's just brought me up a cup of tea, and I've got a Figaro. And today I'm going to be doing a little weekend day in the life. Fun. So I woke up at about 5:30 this morning with a really bad headache, almost migraine, but not quite the full migraine. So I took some pills and I went back to sleep for a bit. This is a weighted eye mask. I will take that off, and now you can see my beautiful roots. So this is a weighted eye mask, and I will be doing a full review of it on my channel at some point. But basically it's filled with like little glass beads. It's supposed to be quite heavy, and if you've heard of gravity blankets, it works in a similar way. It's supposed to reduce insomnia and anxiety, and it's supposed to help with headaches. I've used it for about a week now. I used it last weekend when I did have an actual migraine and had to go to bed for the entire day. I used it then, and since then I've been using it to sort of help me sleep at night. But as I say, a full review and links to it will be up on the channel soon. I'm just going to finish off my cup of tea and get dressed. Get washed and dressed. Neil is already up. He has been for a run. He went for his run at about 5:30 this morning, I think. Just sort of locally. Usually, when we aren't in the circumstances we're in right now, usually he'd drive somewhere a bit more scenic. Like we live in Plymouth, so he'd go out to Saltram, or I think he's been to Bothersand before, and he would do his run around there just because it's a bit nicer and usually a bit quieter. But at the moment he's just, because obviously we're not allowed to drive anywhere to exercise, so at the moment he's just doing his exercise locally. So usually he either goes for a walk or he goes for a run. Today he went for a run. He's had his breakfast, which was, I think he had scrambled eggs and salmon, and he also has apparently washed up after himself, so that will save me a job later. So yeah, my cats are now fighting with each other on the stairs, so I'm gonna separate them and get dressed. I've got a few things I'm supposed to do today, like chores, whether I will do them or not, because I'm still quite headachy, and this is sort of the time when it's either going to go much worse and put me to bed for the day, or it's just going to ease off, which is what I'm hoping for, but chances are I'm going to be stuck with a dull headache for the day. And since all sort of non-urgent, I guess, treatments have been stopped, my Botox treatments have been stopped, so I haven't had my Botox, which is quite tough. It wasn't doing the full job it should have been doing anyway, so they were switching me from the Botox to a different treatment. But obviously it was doing something because I've been so migrainey the last couple of weeks. Anyway, I'm gonna go and get dressed. So the bed is made and I'm dressed. So each day I've been doing sort of a to-do list. This is today's. I'm finding it really helps to add a little bit of structure to my day, just give me something to work towards. Admittedly, I have not done this for quite a few days now. I didn't have the motivation to do anything, so I was doing only the things I had to do, which was work basically. But it is a good idea. I think it's not for everyone, but it can help you a little bit, just sort of give you a little bit of structure, give you something to work towards, give you a plan of something to do for the day. So yeah, this is my plan for today. It's got silly things on it like playing Animal Crossing, and right now I'm going to do the ironing. So I've had to set Rocco up in his blanket. He was sat on my knee in the blanket, because he keeps at the moment trying to get in my t-shirt and sleep underneath it, which is great if I've got baggy t-shirt on, but this one is sort of quite fitted, so it's not as easy for him to get inside. He's now climbing on things he shouldn't be. So I'm going to start the ironing. I have to sit down to do the ironing because I can't stand up for that long. It makes my feet hurt, makes my back hurt. I physically cannot stand for that long due to the pain I experience standing for long periods of time. So I sit down to do the ironing, which is a little bit tricky because my ironing board doesn't really go to sort of the lowest length. This is where Rocco climbed up it and destroyed it the other day. And the other issue with ironing and sitting down is when the sort of steam and things collect on the ironing board, it drips through. And sometimes when the iron drips through boiling hot water onto my legs, so I end up with little burn marks all over my legs after I've done the ironing. I'm trying to keep on top of it at the moment. Usually my mum would do my ironing for me because she's brilliant like that, and she would just do it for me, so it's not something I would usually have to do. So I'm trying to keep on top of it and do a little bit every week. There is quite a lot of ironing at the moment because obviously usually if I'm at work, when I finish work I put my pyjamas on and I wear the same pair of pyjamas for a couple of days, and Neil's the same. He'll sort of come home from work and put his jogging bottoms and a t-shirt on, and he'll wear those again for another night. But at the moment obviously we're both in a full set of clean clothes every day, so there is a little bit more ironing, but no shirts for Neil, so that's a good thing. So yeah, now I'm going to sit and do the ironing. I just sit on the sofa to do it. I have to sit on a cushion just to lift myself up a little bit, else I can't sort of reach properly and it gives me back problems. I have in the past tried those perching stools, but a perching stool requires you to perch, so you're still sort of putting a lot of weight on your legs and ankles, so they never really worked for me. So sitting down is how I do it. So I'm just making lunch. Neil's having sausage rolls and pasta salad, and I'm having a cheese and ham toasty. So we've had lunch. Neil has just got me a cup of tea. Rocco is helping me make origami stars, and I think Neil's going to watch YouTube, and I'm watching RuPaul's Drag Race from season 1.
It's part of a sisterhood, and starting today, sisters are doing it for who?
So Neil's just left to nip to my mum's. Dad's made a curry for us that we can stick in the freezer to have one night. And Neil picked up a couple of bits for them when he went shopping yesterday, so he's going to drop those round and collect some newspaper because old Pissy John here doesn't quite know how to use the litter tray effectively, so we need some newspaper to go around the litter tray just to keep on top of any accidents. So we don't get newspapers ourselves, but Mum and Dad have 2 newspapers every day, so they've always got tons of newspaper, so Neil's going to pick some of that up as well. It's I think 2:30, 3 o'clock now on Sunday afternoon. I haven't really done a lot of the things that I was going to do today, so I did the ironing, and the room's a mess. I did the ironing, and that's pretty much it. One of the other things I want to do today is I'm going to have a look on YouTube for some workout videos that are specifically chair based. I've been stuck in the house now for about 7 weeks, and all I've done really in those 7 weeks is sat on the sofa and eaten, so I have put on so much weight. I really struggle with weight, mostly as a body image thing, but also the heavier I am, the harder my mobility is. So I really sort of need to keep on top of how much weight I'm putting on, and my disabilities mean that it's quite hard for me to do regular exercise. So I can't run, I can't go for walks. I mean, I can't really leave the house at the moment anyway, because some of my conditions mean that I'm vulnerable to the current situation. I don't need to be shielding. I'm not sort of that vulnerable, but I do have a couple of conditions that mean I pick up things. I'm likely to pick up things a little bit more easily than most. So I have sort of been isolating. So other than walking across the road, literally across the road to the post box a couple of times, I've not done anything. And I think I obviously do a lot more moving around at work than I've realised. And at the moment, there is no way I'm going to fit back into my work uniform. So we've sort of, Neil and I have both said that tomorrow we're going to help each other. Neil's going to really sort of get into his fitness regime. He does quite a bit anyway. He goes for runs, he walks, he tries to go for a run or walk every day. And he does yoga regularly, and he does online workouts regularly. But he, like me, sometimes lacks a little bit of motivation. So we're going to help each other. We've got our meals planned for the rest of this week. So from tomorrow until Friday, we've got our meals planned, and they're a little bit healthy. Not that we eat particularly unhealthily, but they're just sort of a little bit better for us. So that's that. And so yeah, I'm going to try and find some chair exercises to do. I used to do some a while ago, found some really good ones, and actually they made a really big difference. And then me, being the typical person that I am, I got bored of them, I stopped doing them, I couldn't find the time for them, I couldn't find the energy for them, so I stopped. So I'm going to pick those up again and hopefully get in a little bit better shape. Fingers crossed. So yeah, I'm just going to wait for Neil to get back. I'm still watching Drag Race. I'm on season 1, episode 6. And I'd forgotten how bitchy these first seasons were. So it's a lot of fun catching up and remembering them all again. So that's fun. Neil's been watching YouTube videos. I think he watched a Despicable 3 vlog earlier. And I think they have a new one tonight that we're both going to watch. We're both sort of quite into YouTube lately. We started off just watching Disney vlogs, and obviously now that those people that would usually do Disney vlogs can't go to Disney, we're watching their home vlogs, and we've seen a couple of quite good ones that we like. And I think tonight, the Despicable 3 uploads, we're going to watch that. Other than that, not much else planned for the rest of today. I'm going to play Animal Crossing later. Neil played on my Switch for a little bit earlier and got me some fish and got me some money so I can move a villager's house today. So that's all the important stuff. So we just had tea. Neil had pizza and salad, and I had a very unhealthy plate of nachos and melted cheese and chicken. My diet honestly starts tomorrow. So now I'm going to do the washing up and then sit down and finish off my glass of wine. What's the matter? What?
Great show. We are. Now, Merle, are you ready to hear from our budding authors?
I'm very, very excited.
Gigi.
Hi, Rue.
Hi, darling. Now, your most recent novel, Queen Takes King. Maybe after tonight you can write a sequel.
Queen Takes Queen?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll write it.
Done and done. And my...
So the other thing I wanted to talk about and mention is my channel. So as you know, if you watch any of my videos, what the cat's doing, if you watch any of my videos, you'll know that this channel is sort of quite disability focused. And I had a lot of content planned that I was going to sort of do at Disney. So a lot of how to get around the parks and disability access in the parks and how I get around and stuff. So that was sort of all planned for this year, but obviously that's now not happening. So I want to try and maybe change the channel up a bit, do more things like this. So talk more about what I'm doing in a day, just more me really. So less disability focused and more sort of lifestyley, but still with quite a heavy focus towards disability. So I've had a couple of polls up on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter today, and overwhelmingly most people have voted to say that I should mix it up a bit. So that is what I am going to do. So I will sort of do a new channel introduction almost quite soon, and I will start to upload a bit more regularly, hopefully. I've got some ideas of vlogs that I can do in the next couple of weeks, including sort of more of these daily lifestyle ones, because they're quite fun to do, and actually they're a good indicator of disability as well, because my disability really affects my day to day, so actually it works out quite well. So yeah, hopefully you'll still watch or watch more, or more people will watch. But anyway, if you think as well that maybe I should mix it up a little bit, then drop me a comment below and let me know what you think. If you think I should just stick to the disability stuff, then let me know. So this mask stays on for about 15 minutes. I'm just putting it on my nose because my eczema is quite bad at the moment and I don't want to aggravate it. Neil is also going to do a face mask. His is a boy's one, and it's this Barber Pro Face Putty Black Peel Off Mask with activated charcoal. So I'm in bed now. Neil is just taking his face mask off. I'm gonna play, if I can turn it on, Animal Crossing for a bit. Neil's watching a vlog. So thank you for watching. If you liked this video, then give me a thumbs up. I will be back soon with another video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and I'll see you soon.